Hi, Kingdom people. Good afternoon. Today we're going to share another word of God. Today we are going to talk about the Samaritan woman. Yes, the Samaritan woman. I am so excited about this message because I know it is going to help a lot of people out there just as it helped me. This story is very dear to my heart because that is the ever first message God gave me. And it helped me and it's still helping me. I was going through a lot at that time. And God gave me a message of a Samaritan woman. And I really want to share that story today because I know there's somebody out there going through the same thing. I know there is somebody out there who is hopeless, who is helpless, who is about to give up. But I'm sure this message is going to help you. So a little background on why this message is so dear to me. There was a time where I was going through a really, really tough time. I was going through challenges that I couldn't carry anymore. The pain was unbearable. The depression was just like knocking on my door. I was this close to be. I couldn't, like every time I come back from work, I just lay down in my bed. I didn't want to do anything. I was in such despair. And I was like, why am I going through this? Why is God abandoning me? I was asking myself thousands and thousands of questions. And I was like reviewing my life in my head. Like, what did I do? What is it that I've done to deserve all this pain, all this anxiety, all the despair, all this thing that I was feeling? I asked myself questions, and I asked even people at my church questions like, what is it? Why am I going through this? Why am I being punished? I even felt like I was being punished. I was like, I'm being punished. I'm sure I'm being punished. I must have done something. I was praying. I was crying. I was like talking to God, praying, but I felt like my prayer was not being answered. I felt like God was not even listening to me at all. I felt like God has abandoned me. I'm telling you, I was at the point where I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I was feeling hopeless. I started to feel hopeless because nothing was getting better. Nothing was getting better at all. But God showed up. He showed up. And he gave me this message through the Samaritan woman story. That was the ever first message I received from God. That was the ever first message I sat down, read that story, took my pen, and I was just writing until my hand was hurting. Because God wanted to show me. God was telling me that, my daughter, I have not abandoned you. It was like at that moment I was feeling what God was feeling for me. At that moment it was like I could feel his heart for me. I was immersed with his love. That day, my strength was renewed. That day, my courage was renewed. The Samaritan woman's story came when God gave me that message to the Samaritan woman's story. That's when I understood why I was going through everything that I was going through. Because there are a lot of people out there who are feeling hopeless, helpless, who are feeling depressed, anxiety, and who are thinking that God has abandoned them, God has forsaken them, God is not even listening to them. Yes, he is. He is listening to you. And the reason why you are still able to get up every morning and go to work, and the reason why you are still able to take care of your children is because he is renewing your strength every morning without you knowing. God is faithful. God is a loving God. Through this story, through that passage, that day was the day that I lifted. I everything that I was feeling got lifted off my shoulder. I felt lighter after I finished writing that message. That's when I understood that God is good, that God is marvelous, that God is faithful, that God is wonderful. Through the story of the Samaritan woman, what I'm going to tell you guys is going to be different from what you guys usually think about this passage of the Samaritan woman. The Samaritan woman came and restored my faith. It came and restored me. It came and gave me purpose. It came and taught me that I am a chosen one. I am special to God. I am loved by God. Through that passage, I understood that with God, everything is possible. And that I am loved. And that I'm special. And that I am a masterpiece in His eyes. So what other people think about me, that's not what He thinks about me. How other people consider me, that's not how He considers me. Because most of the time we value a lot what other people are saying, what other people are thinking, how other people are considering us, than what God is consider us. We have to understand through this story of the Samaritan woman that we are so important to God that He is able to abandon everything, anything, everything to come to our rescue. So let's read John 4, verse 4 to 26. It tells us about the story of the Samaritan woman. I know it is a little long, so I'm going to have you guys read it at home. John 4, verse 4 to 26. So it's a story of a woman who had 5 husbands, and her community rejected her. Her community did not consider her as worth it. So she was considered as the sinner because she was at her 5th husband. Nobody wanted to be seen with her. Nobody could go to the well with her. Reason why she used to go at middays. She would wait for everybody to go to the well, and then when everybody's home, then she will go, because she was hiding from everybody else. She was hiding from everybody else because of her situation, because she was at her 5th husband. She was being judged. She was being laughed at. She was being talked about. She was being pointed. She was the laughing stock of the community. The poor woman did not want to be, nobody wanted to be seen with her. Nobody wanted to walk with her. She was like an outcast of the community. Reason why she was going to the well at midday to get water. Because a woman at that time would go to the well in the morning because it was a very hot place to get water. But nobody wanted to be seen with her. So she chose to go at midday so she doesn't deal with other women judging her or talking about her or bullying her. So the poor woman didn't want to endure all that laughing. So she was hiding. She was hiding from everybody else. Just imagine the sadness in her heart. Just imagine how painful it was for her to know that she was considered as an outcast just because of her situation. I don't even know if I can call it situation. Just because she was a divorcee. Just imagine how she felt. I'm sure she felt abandoned. I'm sure she felt rejected. Oh, she was rejected. How she felt worthless. Just imagine her self-esteem. What it did to her self-esteem. Just imagine. The poor woman. So before we consider other people, treat other people differently because of what they have gone through in their life, just think about what that can do to them. how you can make them feel. So just consider what that person is feeling in the secret. Maybe that person might come out and show like, okay, I got this, but you don't know. Maybe the person is dying slowly inside. You don't know what that person is going through inside. So this is teaching us that we shouldn't be judging people based on what they have been through in their life. We shouldn't. We shouldn't reject people because of their situation. They shouldn't reject people because they are not the same as us. Their life is not like ours. We shouldn't reject other people or laugh at them or judge them because they are not like us or their life doesn't align with our life. Just imagine how the poor woman felt. We have to change. We have to be more nicer. It doesn't matter the person's situation. It doesn't matter what their social rank is. It doesn't matter if their life aligns with our life. It doesn't matter. Being nice goes a long way. So just imagine how this woman felt just because the way she was treated by her community. Just imagine. So we have to do better. We have to be nicer. We have to be more understanding. We have to hold each other's hand. We have to lift each other up. We have to support each other. Because what happened to me today might happen to you tomorrow. It's not because you are married with one husband and that person who is at her fifth husband will not go to heaven, and you who is married with, been married for years and years will go to heaven. No. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that will take us to heaven is this. It's our heart. It's our heart. It's not our social rank. It's not our I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. It's our heart. It's the way you treat other people. It's the way you consider other people. It's the way you take care for other people. It's not the fact that, God is not going to take into account you're a divorcee, you're not a divorcee. Or you are at your fifth husband, or you are at your first husband. Okay, you're better than this person. No, because God didn't take an account. Jesus did not take that in account. He did not take that in account at all. Because if he would have taken that in account, he would have come. He wouldn't have come to the Samaritan woman. And remember back then, Samaritan and people from Galilee were not supposed to be seen together. Especially a man and a woman were not supposed to be seen together like that, only by themselves. But Jesus didn't care. He knew that I have a daughter over there that I have to go save. I have a daughter over there that I have to go comfort. I have a daughter over there that I have to go lift up. I have a daughter over there that I chose to go to other people and give the word of God. I don't know how you say that in English. I have a daughter over there that she is a chosen one. I don't care about whatever she's been through. I don't care about whatever situation she's in. I don't care about she's a fit husband or a second. He did not care. All he knew was, I have a daughter over there who needs me. I have a daughter over there who needs me. That I need to go save. That I need to go lift her spirit up, that I need to go encourage her, that I need to go give her strength, that I have to go tell her how important and how special she is, how loved she is, how much I love her. That's all he cared about. He didn't care about, you're at your fifth husband, you're at your second husband, she's at hers. He didn't care. He didn't care at all. All he cared about was his daughter that he needed to go saved and go show her love. And he did that. He did that. So Jesus took time. So the message today is to tell you how much Jesus loved this woman and how much Jesus loved you. And how Jesus is taking time for you and for me. Jesus took time. He was going from Galilee. I don't know where he was going. I forgot the place. And he stopped in Samaria. Because I'm sure this woman was praying in the secret. She was praying in secret. She was crying, I'm sure. And Jesus heard her prayer. And he was like, I have to stop for my daughter. And he stopped. And he came to give her the living water. To give her that water who was going to take her pain and shame away. He didn't care about she was a Samaritan. I'm from Galilee. He didn't care about that. Because he came for everybody. He just didn't come from, no, he didn't care. He didn't care about her ethnicity, her race. He didn't care about who her ancestors were. He didn't care about any of that. He didn't care about her situation. He didn't care about she had money, she didn't have money. He didn't care about any of that. All he cared about was, I need to go. My daughter needs me. I need to go save her. I need to go give her what she needs, which is love. Unconditional love. That's what Jesus cared about. Unconditional love. So what is that teaching us? That is teaching us that no matter where you are, no matter what your situation, no matter who you are, God will come for you. So don't underestimate yourself. Don't be like, oh, well, I don't think God will love me because I'm a sinner. I don't think God will love me because I did this. I don't think God will love me because I've done that. I don't care if I don't think God will listen to me or answer me because I have done this, I have done that. No, he doesn't care about that. He will meet you where you are. He will meet you exactly where you are. You don't have to change yourself in order to come to him. Come to him just the way you are. He's the one who will change you. Come to him just the way you are. You don't have to change anything. The Samaritan woman didn't have to change anything. She didn't even know that there was a God, a Jesus. She didn't even know that Jesus was coming on the road, walking in the hot sun, for her. She didn't even know. She just saw Jesus at the well who was asking her, can you give me water? And she was like, oh, how are you talking to me? You're Galilean and you're asking a Samaritan person water? How is this possible? She didn't know. So sometimes we'll be praying to God. We'll be asking and praying. And then he shows up. We don't even know that, God showed up. Because we are so focused on our problem. Because we are so focused on what we are going through. Because we are so focused on our pain. She was important enough for Jesus to come and comfort her. Jesus chose her. She was special for him. She was chosen by him. She was comforted by him. To show you how special this woman was to God, Jesus sent all his disciples to the market. He was like, all 12 of you guys, go to the market and get the food that we're going to eat today. He didn't have to send all 12 of them. He didn't have to. He didn't have to send 12 disciples to go buy food. Maybe 1 or 2 would have been enough. But because this woman was so special for him and he wanted all his attention, to put all his attention on her, he sent all his disciples. Because he didn't want to get distracted. Because he didn't want to be distracted. He didn't want to be questioned. He didn't want to be like, oh, why are you talking to this woman? Because when they came back and saw them, they started asking, why are you talking to this woman? She's a Samaritan. He didn't want that. He wanted to give her all his attention, all his love, everything that she needed. So that just tells you how important this woman was to God. She was chosen. Despite whatever people were saying about her, she was chosen by God to go tell the good news. So this is a lesson for us, that before we shame people, we treat people differently. We talked about them. We laughed at them. But you don't know who they are. You don't know how God considered this person. You don't know who this person is in the eyes of God. You just don't know. That person might be the person who's going to be praying for you tomorrow. The person that you are shaming today might be the person who's going to lift you up tomorrow. We're going to tell you the good news tomorrow. We're going to bring you to Christ to God tomorrow. We're going to evangelize for you tomorrow. Because that woman was the one who went out there and started telling people that come and see. Come and see. And telling them the good news. Telling them about Jesus. It was her. So you was out there going through tough time. Being laughed at. Being rejected. Being talked about. Being like people thinking that you will never be anything. You will never achieve anything. You will never be at your level. Just know that your time is coming. Because the Samaritan woman didn't know that her time was coming. Just know that you are loved by God. And then God doesn't consider you like that. God does not consider you as other people are considering you. Don't focus on what other people are saying. Don't focus on what other people are talking about regarding you. Just know that you are loved unconditionally by God. No matter who you are, no matter what you have done, God will meet you where you are. You just have to have an open heart. Know that your time is coming. Know that your situation will change. You just have to believe in God. You just have to open your heart to God. Just like the Samaritan woman opened her heart to God. So the message that I got from that story was that no matter how painful your situation is, no matter what you are going through, God is on his way for you. God is on his way to comfort you, to give you strength, to give you courage. God is on his way to restore you. So don't give up. Don't give up. Keep praying. Keep talking to him. If he told his disciple to go to the market, all of them, so he can concentrate, he can focus on this woman, why won't he do it for you? Doesn't he say in his word he will abandon 99 and go find the one that is lost? He will do the same thing for you. He will do the same thing for you without doubt. He did it for me. I was a sinner. I was in pain. I am still a sinner. I was in pain. I was in despair. But he met me where I was and told me, Leo, I love you. I come for you. I'm here for you. I'm here to comfort you and give you the courage and the strength and the love that you need. No need to ask questions. No need to feel the way you feel. Cast everything on me. Leave it on me. I will carry it for you. You don't have to go through all this pain. Cast everything on me. So if he showed up for me, he can show up for you. Who am I for him to show up for me? I don't deserve him. I did not deserve him at all. But he showed up for me. So he will do the same for you. Just have faith. The Samaritan woman did not know that one day she will be the chosen one. She will be the one that God would choose to say, okay, now go tell everybody what I have done for you. She didn't know that. This woman that everybody rejected. This woman that everybody laughed at. This woman that anybody did not want anything to do with. Ha! Was the one who was saved. Was the one who was saved. Was the first one that God saved. And through her, so many people were saved as well. Because she went and told them, come and see the Messiah. And they all came to Jesus. And through her, others were saved. God did not underestimate her. God did not see her as the person who was not worth it. He saw her as good, as worth it, as special, as chosen. So let's stop. Let's stop looking down on people because of because of their situation, because of what they're going through, because of what is happening in their life. Who are we? Because what is happening in that person's life today might happen in yours tomorrow. That perfect marriage that you have today might crumble tomorrow. That perfect wife or that perfect husband that you have today might leave you, and you might end up on your second or third or fourth or fifth like the Samaritan woman. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not. So let's treat each other with love. Those mother-in-law who spend all their day, all their time insulting their daughter-in-law because they can't bear children. Are you God? Are you God? You think you bear children because you deserved it? You think because you had a son because you were too good or because you were too perfect? And then maybe your daughter-in-law wouldn't have any child, or because you think it's because she's cursed? Or instead of supporting her, instead of finding, okay, what is wrong, instead of trying to pray for her, you spend your day insulting her. And most of the time, the problem comes from your sons. As women, we're supposed to be better mother-in-law, treating other people, children, daughter as ours. Honestly, those women that are laughed at because they can bear children, aren't we supposed to be comforting them? Aren't we supposed to be praying with them? No, but most of the time, we are insulting them. We are marginalizing them. We are making them feel like they are worthless because they don't have children. You think you will have children, you are more important than the person who don't have? You think that because you have this job, you're important than the person who is making $6 an hour? God doesn't, it does not count. In the form of God, it doesn't count. Your heart is what counts. It's how you treat other people that counts. So let's love. Let's love each other. Let's support each other. Let's pray for each other. Let's give each other a hand. Just like Jesus came and gave his hand to that Samaritan woman. Just lift each other up. Just like God came and lifted that Samaritan woman's spirit. Let's support each other. Just like Jesus came and support that Samaritan woman. That's what he wants us to do. He came to show us the example. He came to show us how we're supposed to be with each other. That's what he's expecting us to do. We are his representative on earth. So we have to do as he did when he was here. We have to be filled with love for each other. So let's start judging each other, treating each other bad. Instead, let's love each other and the world will be a better place.